Hello, good morning. Welcome to Fashionology today on the Fashion Network FNTV. Today is February 7th, 2023. We're happy that all of you can join us. I see a lot of people over in our chat on YouTube and sending in to myself. It's very exciting. I want to first mention that today we have some extraordinary guests. We're talking to two different people today. Both have just incredible history within the fashion industry. Much like myself, they are, about my age, and they have a ton of information to give to all of you, as well as just all of their incredible stories. So we've got SKYE Barker May, who's going to be on today in a little bit. I'd love everyone say hi to SKYE. That kind of rhymed, but there she is. Hi, SKYE. I think she might be having. Yeah, you're a little fuzzy, so maybe she's having little technical difficulties, but that's okay. There she is, and we'll talk with her in just a little bit. And we're also going to have LENESE CALLEEA. Hi, LENESE. How are you?
I'm good. It's CALLEEA.
CALLEEA. I'm so glad you told me, and I wondered that actually. Also, you have another last name or another name like me. I use two names for work and personal. So I was like, shoot, I ran out of time this week to ask you which one, but thank you, CALLEEA. That's beautiful.
CALLEEA.
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 Oh my God. You know what? I'm so sorry. My kids will tell you actually that I am the worst at a different accent, at enunciating. Like I over enunciate. And so then I like mess up words. I don't know. I'm second rate dyslexic.
Okay.
I think that might be part of it.
It's okay.
Which is also why I'm in the fashion business, because I was not going to be able to stay in school. I can assure you that. So, a lot of creative people also are a little like, woo. So anyway, I think I fit into that category pretty well. But actually, I will say to everyone watching, knowing how like spot on even your camera is and everything right now, that's pretty much how amazing you've been for months and months of talking with you. She is organized. You know exactly what and when and how to do it. You've got so many different things going on in your life. So in just a couple minutes, I'm going to bring you back in.
Okay.
I think Sky is having some technical difficulties, but that's okay. We're going to have a great show. And I just want to let everyone know a few things real quick. So give me just about a minute and I'll be right back.
Perfect.
Awesome. So, you guys, this is going to be great. LENESE comes to us from New York. That is where she's based. And she has so much history within the fashion industry to share with us. And I'm super excited to talk to you guys about that. But for right now, you are watching the Fashion Network on FNTV. And today is February 7th, 2023. And I am so excited to share with you everything that's going on the network and with these two ladies. As the ticker says, we're all fashion all the time on any device. And that is what is so exciting. So let's try to bring in, I think Sky is kind of ready. That's, this is part of live TV. So let's see. Let's bring in Sky and see how she's doing. Sky, how are you doing? I can't hear you. Let me see. Can you unmute your mic?
Got it.
There you are. Hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm really good, thank you. My goodness. So you have, an incredible past within the fashion industry. First of all, you are our designer debut feature. The fashion industry is something that I worked very hard for about 14 months to even create, to get the network up and running. And even all the software we're using is unique to my company. And through all of it, it's been very difficult to figure out what segments, who are we having on. And when we found you, we were so excited. And what's really exciting is that you're just right down the street from actually our show. So you are in Denver, Colorado.
I am. I'm technically in Aurora. I'm technically across the street from Denver, Colorado.
That's right. You're technically across the street. But we're talking to SKYE Barker May, who is our very first Fashion Network FNTV designer debut feature. And we put a story about you online. That is going to stay there, indefinitely. It's all yours. And I hope you liked it. Everything we wrote is just so fascinating. And after talking with you a couple weeks ago, I was really excited to write about it. What I'd love to jump into right now is how you really have shown me that anyone can do anything and they can create something out of nothing. And that's what you did. I'd love you to tell our viewers and everyone watching how, you started obviously the neighborhood music and did this for your son who was 3 at the time. Take us through this, if you don't mind, for a couple minutes and tell us all about creating then, factory fashion at the Stanley.
Sure. So the 5-minute version, the 35-second version, is that my 3-year-old son had an aptitude for music, and I had a really hard time finding a piano teacher that would take him at that age. And so ended up accidentally starting a music school in my basement, trying to meet his needs. I knew I had wanted him in a school. I knew I wanted him to see other students playing. I wanted an environment where all his senses were sort of being touched by it. And so I ended up creating that environment for 2 reasons. Number one, convenience, because I knew we would be spending a lot of time there, and I don't like to commute. There were some schools in the burbs, but it was just too far. And two, it was an accident, right? I had started talking to a piano teacher. She was really impressed with, my son and some of the ideas I was trying to implement to reinforce what she was doing. And initially she wanted me to work for her. And, I had 2 kids, 18 months, 3 years and 18 months, and was almost through my MBA program and was just like, that doesn't sound like a good fit, but I will start a school. And I ended up actually starting the school by myself.
Start a school. It's really no big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't take the MBA program. It gives you ideas. And I was knee deep in it at the time. Then we expanded to theater. And through theater, and then we opened a black box theater called Factory 55, which I just recently sold, as well as I just recently sold neighborhood music. And in the theater program, we were doing costumes. We were starting to create props and build props with students, and we were also doing costumes, and that really led us to start sewing classes. So initially there was no intention to start a full fashion business. There was literally a means to an end. Yeah, a need. And so that just very quickly expanded as well. And I will say, I also did start the sewing classes for my daughter, who was taking sewing classes at the time. So you can kind of see where I'm at as a mother. Number one, convenience. Number 2, cheap.
It doesn't sound cheap to me, but it sounds more like more than a full-time job, right? You're a mom of 2 at that point, very young. You're creating essentially a full life for your children, and in doing so, you've launched multiple companies. And just with time, I want to jump to where you are today.
Sure.
And before we do that, we're going to play a little video here of all of your just recent and incredible accomplishments with your brand. So hang on, guys. That's great. I love it. It's incredible. And really what that is your brand which is SKYE. And you're going to tell us more about it in a second. But what I found fascinating was after the music, after learning to, teaching your daughter to sew and growing, you created another company, which is where we are today, the Factory Fashion at the Stanley. And also by doing so, you created, you created a garment and then another garment and then 2 full collections, which is what you told me. You did 2 collections so far, but I have to say, I watched you last week do an incredible event here in Denver, Colorado, with Mr. Charlie Price, and it was beautiful. So take us through where you are today. And of course, people can get a hold of you at SKYE at skyebarkermay.com. And we're tossing up as we go on today, you're at Factory Fashion Stanley, at Sky Bar Stanley. You have a lot of different links for people to find you. So I don't think they're going to have trouble, but tell them all about your brand.
Sure. So SKYE also started by accident. Once we started Factory Fashion and started offering more formal sewing curriculum and programming for both fashion design and sewing construction, we dipped into the industry a little bit deeper and began small batch manufacturing. And then suddenly I had this incredibly talented design team and sewing team at my fingertips, and just started designing myself, right? So
Right,
that's really
absolutely.
the initiation of SKYE was just understanding that there was a path there. And so since then, that collection that you just saw debuted at Denver Fashion Week in November and then showed at Red Ball a couple weeks later. And since then, I've dropped 2 more collections, one called House of Cards and one called Dolly, which is what you saw both of those last week. And then I have
Yes.
a 30-piece collection coming up for an event called Style Lounge in April, which is currently torturing me and keeping me awake at night.
I can relate
in the best
to that.
possible way. Yeah.
Sky,
Yeah.
we should really do like an hour show about you. I mean, you are super talented. You
Thank
have
you.
truly, started. What I think is really important for the viewers to know is that you've continued to stay creative and true to yourself. And part of doing so is even now like learning to sew a little bit, but you're not from, the Fashion Institute or Parsons. You didn't technically,
Right.
have that background. And I think that is so important for everyone watching because, never say never. And if you're interested in
Right.
doing something, you certainly can. Um, so I think it's just a beautiful thing that you're doing.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, it is going to be a quick today because we have so much to cover. But we can find you all over. And I think it's really important to note that you've got multiple collections coming up, the 30-piece one, in fact, and you can read a lot more about SKYE on the Fashion Network FNTV website. Right now, we have to toss it to a commercial. And coming back, we're going to talk with LENESE in just a few minutes. So stay with us, guys. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Quiet of the night. Thank you so much, everybody. We love talking to all of our guests today. And right now we're going to bring in LENESE. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am very good. Thank you. We're excited to have you on. One of the things we want to talk about with you, of course, today is the launch of your new TV show on the Fashion Network. We're so excited. A lot of people call you the fashion fairy godmother. So can you take us through that a little bit and also let it rip? Tell everyone about your new show coming out on the Fashion Network.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think I got coined that name, the Fashion Fairy Godmother, just because I help a lot of people and I make something that's impossible possible. I rarely ever say no to projects. I rarely ever say no to any type of education. I continue to create programs and services, courses, and workshops to help designers no matter where they are in the process. So, beginner, intermediate, advanced, I have something to support every type of designer no matter where they are.
That's right.
And I think that's how I got that name, being able to take nothing into something. I work with a lot of people of color designers, definitely ones that need different resources, are not a lot of certain resources when it comes to payments and like
Right.
access and visibility. So we
Mhm.
do focus in on that over at LCA Apparel Consulting, and within all my platforms I have the Black and Fashion podcast. I also have the Black Girls Designer Club nonprofit. We offer free mentorship and coaching to girls ages 6 to 22, free of charge program. So we do a lot of different things there.
That's
I'm
right.
really excited about the Stitch Life because it is a additional form of education that
Yep.
we aren't offering, where we can slow it down a bit. I find that our Instagram and our podcast is very just much so audio. You're just hearing, whereas on LC you'll probably only get education, very like quick snippets of
That's
like
right.
like 1 minute videos, whereas the Stitch Life is going to be very much so in detail about the different things that we're working on or you could be working on as a designer, and really taking you to, so that way you can
Right.
I don't know if with the live shows that they'll be able to rewind or go back, but if you're tuned
They
in,
will. Oh, absolutely. No, no.
yeah,
So all our live shows are actually being recorded at the same time.
gotcha.
And so part of the Stitched Life being on the Fashion Network is being able to provide your fans already,
Mhm,
right? And all of
mhm,
our viewers, and combining them and giving much more information in forms of both live and pre-recorded shows.
mhm,
It's going to be so exciting to be able to offer live tutorials, to be able to
mhm.
talk with your viewers that are watching and connect with them. It's going to be great.
Yeah,
And
I thought
I
that it would, like, that would be the road, and I thought that, I never got around to just starting a YouTube channel. Like, I always say, "I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it," and I was just like, I just never did. I already have a lot on my plate,
right.
but I think that, you made this very seamless for me to be able to execute,
Oh,
and
that's
it's, like, a lot easier for me to get the information
seamless.
out
I
there.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah.
I appreciate that.
It
And
is seamless, it's not hard, you got the
today we're
technology
airing
now.
live on our YouTube channel, but excuse me, but generally we air live on the actual network, the fashionnetworkus.com, and
Gotcha.
across various platforms. And you mentioned YouTube, which is awesome.
Mhm,
We had to be an approved channel, and we had to, do a whole bunch of things to be approved. But they have over 70 million YouTube channels.
yeah.
So it's really difficult to actually become what you really want and what you deserve just through YouTube anymore. That ship has sailed. So, I wanted to create this network where, we're going to be on Roku and Hulu. And of course, we're crossing fingers that in the next 2 years, you're going to be able to turn on your any cable TV and instead of turning to channel 38, maybe turn to channel 32. And it's the FNTV channel, Fashion Network. So, our aspirations are what guides us to who we work with, such as yourself, to grow and nurture your show so that it can be part of the global impact that we really want the network to have. And both of you guys, between yourself and SKYE, you offer such great history within the industry. And like you said, I think it's going to be an incredible show that's going to be coming to everyone, I believe, on Thursdays at like 1 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Mountain. You can find all of this information, of course, about LENESE, who's your fashion fairy godmother, online, of course, at the fashionnetworkus.com. And now you can just type in the fntv.com to find us. Very, very easy. I have to mention real quick, ladies, that there you both are, that we love to have advertisers on the Fashion Network. It's part of how we function. And of course we love to advertise for people. So We love to connect people. That's part of the network as well, is our forums that we're able to connect everyone. And I think both of you are going to be a great addition, just through forums and posts and LENESE, your show, to be able to talk with, various viewers that have a lot of interest in what both of you are doing. If you guys would both stay with me, I'd really appreciate it. We're going to play our last commercial and a video of LENESE. So we'll be right back in just a second on the Fashion Network. You're watching Fashionology today, February 7th, 2020.
What is it?
This girl I just matched with, she likes The Office. I also like The Office.
Go to her.
She likes The Office. I'd known Monica for a whole 6 seconds. She was gonna switch to me. I object. Oh, did I mention she was getting married?
I'm Tanner. I like watching The Office and going on adventures. 6 foot. Gym rat. I want to find the Pam to my gym. And we're unlike any man I've ever met in my life.
You are unlike any woman I have ever met.
Switching has never been easier. Switch to T-Mobile and save up to $650 per line.
You're definitely not 6 feet.
T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
Yeah, awesome. I actually have T-Mobile. Real quick update, coming up next week is our 16-minute live Valentine's Day special. Giveaways include Kate Spade, multiple giveaways from them. We're also giving away a Hulkin bag. There's a little photo of the Hulkin bag. We've done that before. We're getting tons of entries for the Kate Spade. And just today, just this morning, we got confirmation from Avi Bulow, the Bulow Jewelers, that they are giving away a 1-carat diamond earrings. So diamonds on Valentine's Day next week on Fashionology Today on the Fashion Network. I mean, how can you go wrong? I just don't think you can, right? So exciting to have the diamond giveaways and much more. Of course, you have to follow us on Fashion Network US to enter. Ladies, let's talk for a minute here about just the future of what both of you guys are doing. Where are you going? What is in the future for both of you? LENESE?
I'm on the road to, I want to have a school.
Cool.
School
You
as
can
well.
talk to Sky.
Yeah, I was like, I kind of already got one, but what I want ultimately is a one-stop shop where there is education, there is workshops, there is a factory. I want to own a factory as well. That we're all in one. So I just want to buy one big old building and have courses on the top floor. I want garment construction on the bottom floor. I want a shared space. Right now, my garment space is acting as that. We do garment construction there. We're doing manufacturing there. We're allowing creatives to come into that space. So I just want it on a larger scale. My workshops are doing really, really well. I started my tour this week in Houston. And I'm looking forward to just continuing to educate and just to really help designers. Like my entire year is based on designer development, whether that be courses, templates, workshops, classes, and I'm covering all fashion technical items as well as fashion business.
Oh, excellent. All of our members can read about everything that you're doing. We have both links to your upcoming events on your page on the Stitched Life. So please, everyone, check that out. Sky, what is coming up for you?
Well,
the 30-piece collection, of course.
That's coming up April 22nd. That show is called Style Lounge, and it's happening at Factory Fashion. I'll also be showing in New York, February 22nd, and in Phoenix, March 18th. So I have a couple, and in Aspen, March 9th through the 11th. So there's a few shows coming up from my collection. For Factory Fashion, we're going to stay the course with, our sewing programming and our fashion design construction and our small batch manufacturing, and continue to produce shows within the Stanley Marketplace.
That's incredible. It's just great. What's really exciting is is just being a small part of watching the two of you. You know, and all the information for SKYE Barker May is going to be on our website as well. A lot of it already is, but SKYE, we'll put up there. Yeah, Mark's saying we're going to put up there some direct links to your upcoming shows as well. You know, and maybe we'll be able to attend and also promote and video you at that point. Right now, we only have a couple minutes left, actually, but I'd love to throw up a little video about LENESE and who she is, so everyone can get ready for her show that's debuting March 2nd on the Fashion Network. Hang on, guys.
Well, now that I've had my chai, I just want to know, are you guys meeting me on the technical tour or nah? We are traveling to 10 cities, and we are allowing 10 lucky designers to come and train with me personally. We will be doing garment construction, fitting, pattern making, fabric sourcing, and a little bit of fabric history. I think that it'll be amazing for designers to understand the technical part of design. We focus on the business side so much that it is time to get your hands dirty and learn the tricks of the trade. We are hitting LA first, then Houston, Dallas, Atlanta, Miami, Charlotte, DC, Philly, Baltimore, Chicago. Hope to see you guys there. The tour kicks off February 4th, so come meet me. Peace out, designers.
I don't even know what to say. I mean, that was incredible. You know, you just started the tour and now my head is spinning. I mean, LENESE, I think we're going to have live special episodes from each location moving forward. That's pretty incredible. So of course we'll be talking to you right after this. Ladies, you know, I just think it's great to be able to provide you know, viewers there's a lot of new designers that are watching our shows that are, you know, direct messaging me directly on Instagram. I want to make sure everyone has both of your information out there so they can reach out to you guys. But moving forward, anyone can always check our website and get your information, of course. But let's just say real quick here before we have to go, SKYE, obviously your email is, you know, at skyebarkermay.com. The Factory Fashion is a great place for everyone to just kind of start, factoryfashionstanley.com. And of course, you know, skyebarstanley.com. Any closing words today?
No, it's just never too late. You know, I'm super grateful for the opportunity that we have and to Fashion TV for allowing me to do this interview and talk about what we're doing, and definitely looking forward to continuing in the industry and meeting more people. So thank you for this connection and this opportunity. I really appreciate it.
You know, we really thank you, and we're excited to follow you and see where you go, you know. And LENESE, how about you? I mean, any parting words other than come see you on tour?
Never stop creating and trust the process.
Trust the process. I think that is just the perfect, you know, perfect conclusion to a great creative episode that you have to trust the process. And whether it's becoming a designer or learning to sew while you're designing, you know, I'm a designer of 27 years and I've never sewn. I can do a button, you know, here and there, but that's about it. And I think learning more every day, learning how to make custom prints, learning how to do small batch production and maybe taking it to a larger batch. But those are the connections that not only I offer both of you as well as our viewers, everyone watching, you know, that it's never ever too late. Before we go, I just want to say that you've got to follow us at Fashion Network US to enter any giveaway, and the giveaways are huge. We've got the diamond earrings next week, 1 carat diamond earrings. We've got Kate Spade giveaways and a whole bunch more. There are going to be a few extra rules, entry rules about the diamond earrings, because that is a amazing, you know, valuable item. So pay attention to that. And we look forward to having Avi Bulow and his jewelry company, Bulow Jewelers, on the show next week. In conclusion, that is a February 14th Valentine's Day super special, 60 minutes. Ladies, thank you so much for being on today's show. We look forward to having you both come back. And of course, The Stitched Life with LENESE is going to start in just a few weeks. Skye, LENESE, thank you both so much for coming today. We really look forward to everything both of you are doing in the near future. Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Everyone watching, thank you so much. Make it a great day. And as I always say, wear every outfit every day and live life to the fullest.
I love that.